Well, hi guys, it's Miss Cindy again. I hope you're all having a good time with the virtual summer STEAM program. Today we're going to show you about measuring, how you would measure different items, flour, sugar, brown sugar, liquids. There's several different kinds of measuring cups. I have a set here that has 1/4 of a cup, 1/3 of a cup, 1/2 a cup, and 1 whole cup. Some measuring sets of measuring cups have more. They might have a 3/4 cup. I've also got some measuring spoons. Measuring spoons are when the recipe calls for a teaspoon or 1/2 a teaspoon or 1/4 of a teaspoon. Some sets of measuring spoons also have more than that also, because sometimes you only need 1/8 of a teaspoon of something. And so they do have they have smaller ones also. And if you're gonna measure something liquid, you can't measure that in a dry cup. You need to have a liquid cup, and this is a liquid measuring cup. Tells you how the sizes on the side for a 1/4 of a cup or 1/2 a cup, all the way up. Okay, so today I'm going to show you how to measure sugar. So when you need sugar, a lot of times the recipe will call for a cup of sugar. So I get my measuring cup, and I'm going to kind of spoon and pour the sugar, I should have checked it, sugar into the 1 cup sugar, 1 cup measuring cup, okay? Once you get it full, okay, you want to make sure that it's level. And to make sure it's level, you take a knife or a spatula, and then you just run it across and knock it off, and then you've got a level cup of sugar, okay? Now, brown sugar, on the other hand, brown sugar and peanut butter and shortening, those kind of dry, moist type products, you measure that just a little bit differently. So I'm going to take 1/4 a cup for the brown sugar. Now the brown sugar, and like I said, peanut butter, shortening, things like that, when you go to putting them in the measuring cup, you can't just pour it in. You have to put it in, and you have to kind of mash it down, okay? So the brown sugar, we put it in, and now this might look like it's already full here. You know, that looks like there's a lot of brown sugar in there. Do you think that's a 1/4 a cup? Miss Cindy doesn't think so, because Miss Cindy knows the trick. Brown sugar, you have to pack it, okay? And to pack it, you take your spoon and you mash it down in, okay? So what we thought was full, look, it's not full anymore, because we had to pack it down in there, okay? Now, Miss Cindy's just gonna go ahead and take this extra off the plate here and put it in there. And see, this is what fell out that we thought would probably be too much. But we'll just scoop that up and put it back in here. And I don't think we're still gonna have a full cup of brown sugar. I think Miss Cindy's gonna have to get a little more out of the box. Because see, that looks like it would be full, but it's still not quite there. We'll give it just a little bit more out of the box, just so you can see what a full one looks like. Because this is not quite full. You would have thought it was, but because you have to pack it, then it takes more. And you do the same thing with peanut butter or shortening. You have to pack it down in to the cup so you know that all the air pockets are out of there. So otherwise you might be having a big empty spot under the peanut butter that looks like it's full. Same with this. Now see, it looks like I added quite a bit more, but it's still just barely filled it up. Now that it's flat, you can do the same thing. You can chop it off. And now see, it's full. Okay, so the difference between regular sugar and brown sugar, regular sugar, when you pour it out, look what it does. It comes out, and just keeps coming out. Brown sugar, when you dump it out, it comes out in one lump because it's packed. The others is loose, and the brown sugar is packed. Okay? So now, if your recipe calls for, say, a half a teaspoon of vanilla, you're going to get your spoon that says a half a teaspoon, and you're going to hold it over. You could probably hold it over your mixing bowl, or you can hold it over an individual little container, and you pour it in until it's full like that. And that's 1.5 teaspoon. Okay? Now, if you need a dry ingredient, say salt, that you want, sometimes recipes will call for 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. So you get your 1/4 of a teaspoon, and with the salt, again, you can put it over what you're cooking and pour it gently in there. And then we've got 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. Okay? If your salt or your other dry ingredient is in a bowl, you can just scoop in, and then you would level it off, and then put it in what you're making. Okay? Now, our liquid measuring cup, if it calls for, and Miss Cindy's got some purple milk here, so you can see it. If it calls for a half a cup of milk, or a half a cup of oil, or any other liquid form, you're going to use your liquid measuring cup. Now, as you can see on the side, we've got 1/4 of a cup, a half a cup, 3/4 of a cup, or 1 whole cup. So today we're just going to pour a half a cup. So what you're going to do is you're going to pour it in there, and then you're going to look at it at eye level to see that it says a half a cup. I think I have a little too much in there, so we'll pour out just a little bit. There. Now I think you can see that it says it's a half of a cup because we're right at eye level. You can't measure it from up here because you can't see it. You have to get eye level to measure it. Okay? I think that probably does it for our demonstration on measuring today. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. Try it. Help mom or dad cook in the kitchen and measure your flours and sugars. And if you need brown sugar, you let them know, Mom, you gotta pack it. You can't just put it in there. Okay? Okay, I do thank you, and come back and see me again. We're still gonna have kitchen safety coming up. Okay, bye.